These are 5 episodes where Homer Simpson was a complete psycho. The last one is bad, but the rest, way worse. This man's brain has left the building. Homer the Heretic, Season 4, Episode 3. Homer started his day by making one insane decision that snowballed into a full spiritual meltdown. He simply refused to go to church because it was cold outside.
It's church, you have to go.
Too cold out.
That was all it took. A drop in temperature, and Homer completely gave up on religions, pants, and common sense. While his family sat shivering through a sermon, Homer stayed home doing whatever popped into his empty brain. He made moon waffles loaded with caramel, butter, and liquid smoke. He didn't use a plate or utensils. He folded it with his bare hands and shoved it into his mouth like a raccoon at a county fair. After that, he danced in his underwear across the living room like no one was watching. But the problem was that we were. Then he passed out on the couch and snored himself into an afternoon nap. Later, he entered a radio contest for fun and actually won. That was somehow his biggest accomplishment all week. He called the whole day perfect. Better than his wedding. Better than the birth of his kids. He ranked skipping church, eating until a heart attack, and dancing half naked as the best day of his life. That's not just lazy, that's mentally gone. That night, Homer had a dream. God appeared in front of him. Yes, actual God. Floating in the sky, glowing and booming with power.
You know what I really hate about church? Those boring sermons.
Instead of delivering holy judgment, God agreed that sermons were kind of boring. Homer took that as a spiritual green light to never go back. He told his family he would now worship in his own way, which basically meant lying in bed and scratching himself. Of course, it all fell apart. Homer lit a cigar and dropped it. The house went up in flames. Smoke filled the rooms. The fire almost cooked him alive. And the one who saved him, Ned Flanders. The guy Homer mocked every day. The guy he bullied. That same Ned ran into the fire and dragged Homer out before he turned to ashes. After nearly dying, Homer promised to return to church.
Would you give church another try? I'll be there next Sunday, front row center.
But by the very next Sunday, he was already asleep in the pew like nothing happened. He met God, started a fire, and got rescued by his enemy, and he still didn't change. That wasn't just lazy, that was full-blown madness. Just when you thought Homer couldn't sink lower, he finds a new way to disappoint literally everyone in his house. Homer the Great, Season 6, Episode 12. All it took was a chair and a parking spot for Homer to fully lose it. Lenny and Carl had fancy vibrating chairs at work. They parked right next to the entrance. Meanwhile, Homer sat on a wobbly stool labeled Factory Second and had to park somewhere near Canada.
How come you guys got better chairs than me?
That level of injustice short-circuited his brain. He didn't ask questions. He didn't think like a normal person. He stalked them. Only Homer can think this way. Literally followed them in the dark, trailing yellow paint behind their car like a cartoon villain. They led him to a secret building. Inside was the Stonecutters, a mysterious group of local men in robes, chanting and paddling each other like it was their job. Homer, being Homer, didn't care what the club was about. He just wanted in. He begged, he whined, he even tried to fake saving Lenny's life by stomping on an egg sandwich.
Hey! I saved your life!
When that didn't work, he dragged Grandpa into it. Turned out that Abe was a member. That was all Homer needed. Homer forced his way in, and you know what his initiation was? He got paddled by everyone in town. Skinner, Moe, Krusty, even Wiggum. They smacked him with wooden boards, and he loved every second of it. He smiled like a man who thought pain meant friendship. It made no sense, but Homer was having the time of his life. They gave him a robe. They gave him a secret name. He thought he had reached heaven, but that wasn't enough. During a Stonecutter feast, Homer destroyed their sacred parchment by accident. The group turned on him. Just when things looked bad, someone noticed a birthmark on his hip that matched the group's symbol.
The mark! It's just a birthmark, and I'll thank you not to stare.
That random blotch of skin made him their chosen one. Instantly, they bowed down and handed him control. Homer went mad with power.
Loyal Stonecutters, let us begin our reenactment of the Battle of Gettysburg.
He demanded that monkeys reenact historical battles. He created new rules. And worst of all, he made the group do community service. That killed the vibe completely. The fun was gone. No more chanting, no more beer, just trash cleanup and public events.
Maybe. But maybe we don't want to be Stonecutters no more.
The members couldn't take it anymore. They quietly left and formed a new club, without Homer. In the end, Homer sat alone in his robe, surrounded by nothing but regret, snacks, and a bunch of disappointed monkeys. He didn't just join a cult, he hijacked it, ruined it, and got dumped by it. This wasn't just a dumb phase. This was Homer losing his mind completely over a fancy chair that shook a little. Homer's insanity reaches new heights in the next episode, when he swapped his brain for beer and thought aliens were following him. The Springfield Files, Season 8, Episode 10. Homer had a few drinks at Moe's and decided to walk home through the woods. Actually, he had 10. That already sounds insane, but things got worse fast. He saw something glowing. It floated, it sparkled. It had a weird voice. Homer screamed and ran home like he had seen a ghost. But instead of sobering up and going to bed like a normal person, he told everyone in town that he had seen an alien. Nobody believed him, not even his own family. Lisa rolled her eyes. Marge told him to sleep it off. So, guess what Homer did? He went on the news. Well, quite expected from Homer. He gave interviews. He told the whole city that he had seen a glowing alien in the woods. He didn't even stop there. He literally started making up stories that aliens came every Friday night. He even asked the government for help. And for some reason, the government actually listened. Agents Mulder and Scully from the FBI showed up.
Mr. Simpson, look at this lineup and tell us if any of these are the aliens you saw.
No, I'm sorry.
They ran every test they could think of. They gave him a lie detector test. He failed it. They made him run on a treadmill. He collapsed immediately. Moe even gave him a breathalyzer, which confirmed that he was still very drunk. But Homer would not quit. He grabbed Bart, borrowed Ned's camping gear, and set up a stakeout in the woods. He brought half the town with him. People laughed, people made fun of him. Still, he waited. And somehow, the alien appeared again. It glowed, it floated. It repeated the same weird sentence over and over. Everyone finally believed Homer, for a second. Then Smithers ran in with the truth. The alien was not an alien at all. It was Mr. Burns. Every Friday, he got injected with multiple medications. The side effects made him glow, slur his speech, and wander into the woods, half-conscious. His doctor said it was perfectly normal. That somehow made it worse. So after all of Homer's screaming, paranoia, and public chaos, he was technically right. But he still looked insane. He didn't solve anything. He just stumbled into the truth by accident. Homer didn't just believe in aliens. He humiliated himself on live TV, dragged his family into the woods, embarrassed the FBI, and somehow ended up singing Good Morning Starshine with the entire town. That's not curiosity, that's full-blown madness. Things already got weird, but Homer's next episode made him go full slasher villain over beer and TV. Treehouse of Horror 5. Season 6, Episode 6.
Homer, I'm impressed. You're taking this quite well.
I'll kill you! I'll kill all of you!
Homer!
Sorry.
Homer's brain broke the moment Mr. Burns took away the TV and beer.
Yes, by cutting off cable TV and the beer supply.
In the first part of the episode, the Simpsons became winter caretakers at a big, quiet hotel. It sounded peaceful. Then, Burns told them that they would have no TV and no beer. He thought it would help them work harder. But for Homer, it was the start of complete madness. He checked the fridge. No beer. He tried the TV. No signal. He didn't panic, he just looked at Marge and calmly said he would kill the whole family. Then he walked off to go look at the axe collection. He even smiled while doing it. Later, he sat alone in the bar. A ghost version of Moe showed up. Moe offered Homer a beer, but only if he agreed to hurt his family. Homer asked why. Moe said ghosts are happier. That was enough for Homer. He said yes. Marge found his typewriter and thought maybe things were okay. Then, lightning lit up the room. Every wall was covered in one sentence. It said, "No TV and no beer make Homer go crazy," over and over again. Then Homer burst through the door and scared her half to death.
Hello! What do you think, Marge?
He chased her with an axe. He made scary faces. He acted like a monster. This was not the regular lazy Homer. This was a horror movie Homer. And that was just the first part of the episode. Later, he fixed the toaster. That toaster sent him back in time. He landed in the age of dinosaurs. And what did he do? He stepped on a bug and ruined the future. When he came home, everything was different. But instead of stopping, Homer kept doing it. He broke things, he hit animals. He messed up history like it was a game. Each time he came back, the world got stranger. In one version, Flanders was in charge. In another, nobody had heard of donuts. Homer screamed, then ran back to the toaster again. Finally, he gave up. He found a world that was kind of normal, except for one small thing. His family had long lizard tongues. Homer looked at them and smiled. Why? Because donuts still existed. That was enough for him. This wasn't just him being dumb. This was Homer acting like a movie villain, a time traveler, and a total lunatic, all in one day. The final episode is, without a doubt, the most insane of them all, as Homer's stupidity reaches a dangerous new peak. The Homer They Fall, Season 8, Episode 3. This all started because Bart got beaten up at the mall.
Hey, Dad.
Looking good, son. Hey, what happened to your belt?
Some bullies beat me up and took it.
Homer saw his son's black eye and said enough was enough. He marched straight to the mall to confront the bully's dad. He picked a fight. Seconds later, he got punched so hard he flew across the food court. Moe saw it happen, but instead of laughing, he saw something special. Homer had a talent. He couldn't fight, he couldn't dodge, he couldn't block, but he could stand there and take hits like a brick wall. That gave Moe an idea. He used to be a boxer. Now he wanted to be a coach. He told Homer he could become a fighter. Homer smiled like it was the best plan he had ever heard. So he signed up. He joined a local boxing league where most fighters looked like they lived in dumpsters. Homer's fighting plan was simple. Let the other guy punch him over and over, then when they got tired, he pushed them down. That was it. No training, no defense, just stand there and get hit. The crowd loved it. Homer won every fight. He didn't get better. His opponents just got tired. Soon he was a star, and when Moe saw dollar signs, he booked Homer a big match against the world champion, Drederick Tatum, a man with arms like hammers and a stare that could end a fight. Moe told Homer not to do it. Marge begged him to quit, but Homer said yes anyway, because he thought it sounded fun. The big night came. Homer walked into the ring with "opponent" written on his robe. That's all he was. Just a guy to be hit. Tatum didn't waste time. He started swinging. Homer got knocked around like a sack of laundry. It was so bad that Moe had to swing in on a rope just to save him. Homer nearly died for $40,000 and a slice of pie. And after everything, he called it a good time. This man didn't just lose his mind. He sold it, stepped into a boxing ring, and asked a killer to punch him in the face. That's the full list. 5 times Homer Simpson completely lost his mind. He'll do anything, say anything, and break everything. Keep watching for more of his wildest moments.